There was a time when everything seemed perfect. Me and them, we were in love. We laughed together, shared our dreams, and believed we would always be happy. Life felt so simple back then. But then something started to change. It didn't happen all at once, but it happened. I didn't notice at first, but over time, my ego began to get in the way. At first, I didn't think it was a problem. I thought I was just standing up for myself, speaking my mind. But the truth is, I was pushing them away. I became more focused on being right than on protecting our love. My pride started to take control, and I couldn't see it. It started with small arguments, little things like who forgot to do the dishes or who said something the wrong way. But with each fight, I became more stubborn. I wanted to win. I wanted to be heard, even if it meant hurting them. I didn't realize that every time I fought to be right, I was losing them. I couldn't see it then, but ego isn't just about wanting to win. It's about putting yourself first. And love isn't about winning. It's about caring for the other person. I was so wrapped up in my pride, I forgot that. One day, everything changed. They looked at me with tears in their eyes and told me they couldn't do this anymore. They said, "I can't keep going like this. Your ego is driving us apart. I love you, but I can't love you this way." And just like that, I realized I had lost them. I was standing there, frozen. I didn't know what to say. The person I loved, the person I thought I was building a future with, was walking away. And the reason they were leaving wasn't because of something big or unforgivable. It was because I had let my ego control everything. For the first time, I felt completely alone. I wanted to blame them. I wanted to tell them they were wrong, that they didn't understand. But deep down, I knew it was my fault. My pride had pushed them away, and I had lost the most important person in my life. I tried to hold on. I kept thinking I was right. I shouldn't have to apologize. They should understand. But no matter how much I told myself I was right, I couldn't change the fact that they were gone. And in that moment, I realized something that hurt more than anything else. Ego doesn't protect you. It only isolates you. I thought I was protecting myself by being proud, but all I did was hurt the one person I loved. And the worst part, I didn't know how to fix it. Days passed, and I stayed lost in my thoughts. I missed them more than I ever thought possible. I replayed our fights in my mind, each time hearing the words that I should have never said. I realized I had pushed them so far away, I couldn't see a way back. But then, a moment of clarity came. I realized that love isn't about being right. Love is about being honest. It's about admitting when you've hurt someone and saying, "I'm sorry." I couldn't change the past, but I could change what happened next. So I gathered all my courage and reached out. My heart was racing. I was terrified. What if they didn't want to talk to me? What if they had moved on? But I had to try. I told them, "I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. I was wrong. My pride got in the way of everything. I pushed you away when all I wanted was to be close to you." I didn't know what they would say. I didn't know if they would even want to listen. For a moment, there was silence. I held my breath, waiting for their response. Then, they looked at me, and I saw something in their eyes. It wasn't anger, it wasn't hatred. It was sadness, yes, but also a kind of relief. They said, "I was waiting for you to see this. I was waiting for you to let go of your ego and choose me. I've always wanted you, but I needed you to choose love over pride." And in that moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in so long. Hope. We didn't fix everything right away. There was still so much to heal. But we took the first step together. We chose love over ego. We chose vulnerability over pride. And in doing so, we began to heal the wounds that I had created. It wasn't easy. There were still days when the old habits tried to creep back in. There were still moments when I wanted to be right instead of understanding. But every time that happened, we reminded each other that love was more important than ego. Slowly, we started to rebuild. It took time, it took patience, and it took a lot of hard conversations. But through it all, we learned that love isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about being able to admit when you're wrong and having the courage to make things right. And in the end, I learned something I'll never forget. True strength doesn't come from holding onto your ego. It comes from letting it go and choosing love. If your relationship is struggling, remember this: ego will always tear us apart. It will make us think we're stronger when, in reality, it's only making us weak. Relationships are hard, and we all make mistakes. But if you want to fix your relationship, it starts with humility and honesty. Stop letting your ego take control. Listen to each other, admit when you're wrong, and always choose love over pride. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be real. If you can both admit your mistakes, say you're sorry, and make changes for the better, you can rebuild. It's never too late to choose love. Thanks for watching Life Lesson in English. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.